Tai Chi for balance. You'll need a chair, an area a few feet side to side and front to back that you can walk in, and a wall, the back of the chair, or countertop that you can use to help your balance if you need to. Let's begin with warm-up exercises. We're going to do gentle warm-ups and joint warm-ups, top to bottom. Begin with rolling the chin in a circle. There's no wheezing, that is the wind outside. And go the opposite direction. Now bring your chin up and down. When you bring your chin up, look up. When you go down, look down. Nice stretch. Now bring your ear to your shoulder. And look to the left and to the right. Loosen the shoulders, rolling them one at a time. Concentrating on the range of motion. And opposite direction. Bring both forward in a circle. And roll the shoulders to the back. Raise your arms and cross in front and open. Every time you cross in front, change the hand that's on the top. And arms at your side, up and down, letting your wrists relax. Bring your hands out, open and shut those hands, really stretching your fingers out to the sides. Now interlace your fingers and roll the wrists, allowing your elbows to go up and down. Go the opposite way. And bring it up at the side and the other side. And shake out those fingers. Let your hands shake side to side, up, pointed back. Get them all loose. Let that arms get shaking. And jazz hands, right? Now, let's get our spine a little bit looser. Hand on the outside of your thigh, other hand behind your chair, looking up and over your shoulder. Release that side. Hand on the other side, looking behind the other shoulder. Now, keeping your hand in place, bring your arm up. Really stretching your fingers to this top and gently stretching the side. And release. Reaching straight up. Really reaching and letting yourself stretch that side. And release. Raise and lower the knees. Loosening the hips. Now raise one knee and straighten and bend. Put that foot down and other side. Then raise the first knee and roll the ankle. And other way. Lower that foot, raise the other side and roll the ankle. And go the other way. Set that down. Now, tap your toes. Toe tapping is a great exercise, strengthening the muscles in the fronts of the legs. Helps us raise our toes when we take a step. Suggest 30 seconds at a time. Rather than doing them both at the same time, as I'm doing now, do one at a time so you can tell whether they're both nice and strong, or one of them is a little weaker. If you have one weaker ankle, it's a little more difficult to do 30 seconds. You should do that one first. Do the easy, excuse me, the easy one second, and then do the more difficult one a third time. It gets stronger fast. All right. Stand. Move to the side of your chair. You can use your chair for balance if you need to. We're going to come up on the toes and lower the heels. Just up and lower, stretching the calf muscles. All right, feet together, hands on the knees, and small circles. And go the opposite way. Always stay within your ability to do the warm-up exercises. Hip circles, think about polishing the inside of a barrel. If you're standing in a barrel, using your hips to polish, go the other way. Now reach up with those arms and stretching, getting the waist, some circles around the waist. And go the opposite way. If your shoulders are a problem and you can't reach above your head, just stand tall and do the same thing. Right? You're concentrating on circling the waist. So the top part of your body moving in a circle. We're going to do some progressive balance work. Right? Warming up, one foot in front, the other behind, and both knees bent, weights more on the front than the back, both feet flat on the floor. Shift back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. One more time, shift back and forward. Weights more in the front than the back. Now put all the weight on the front foot, releasing the back heel. Put that heel back down and shift back. Release the front toe, sitting on the back leg. Put it down, shift forward. All the way forward, releasing the heel. Set it down, shift back, releasing the front foot. Put it down. One more time, shift forward. Now all the way forward, releasing the heel. Set it, shift back. Hold that foot up in the air, bring it in, and center your weight. Now, put the other foot forward, shifting your weight forward and back. Both feet stay flat, the first part, forward and back, forward and back. One more time, shift forward. Now, all the way forward, releasing the back heel. Put that foot back down and shift back. Release the front toes, sitting on the back leg. Put it down, shift forward, all the way forward, releasing the heel. Set that foot down, shift back. Toes are up in the front, settle, shift forward, all the way forward, releasing the heel. Set that heel down, shift back, bring the front toes up. Now step in beside your foot and center your weight. It's level 1 and level 2. Level 1 is just both feet flat on the floor. Level 2 has all the weight on one foot, but the other toe or heel is touching. Now level 3, let's get some distance between that foot and the floor. So one foot forward, the other foot back, both knees slightly bent. Make sure you keep your knees bent throughout. Shift forward, releasing the back heel. Now raise the toe and lower, touch. Raise and touch. Do this on your own terms. When your balance is ready, then raise your foot and touch. Settle the foot, shift your weight back and step in. Step forward with the other foot, Releasing the back heel. When you're ready, lift and touch. Lift and touch. Keep that front knee bent. Lift and touch. Settle the foot and shift back. Step in and center the weight. So feet slightly more than hip distance apart. Shift on one and then the other. From your perspective, shift to the left and then to the right. Both feet stay flat. Right, left, and right. Now shift all your weight over to the left. Release the right heel. Settle, shift, release, settle, shift, release, settle, shift, release, settle, and center the weight. Now taking it one step further, shift, release, raise, touch, raise, touch, raise, and touch. Settle the foot, center the weight. Shift, release, raise, touch, raise, touch, raise, touch, settle the foot, and center your weight. So anytime you're doing balance challenge exercises, you can keep a chair beside you so that when you lose your balance, you get a little wobbly. You can touch the chair, or you can touch the wall, right? Touch a countertop, the back of a sofa, whatever you need to maintain your balance and feel confident in what you're doing. We're going to start with holding the ball, right? The Tai Chi ball is an invisible ball. You're going to hold it on the side with the top hand on the side that the ball is on, bottom hand on the bottom. About hip level for the bottom hand, shoulder level for the top. When I change the ball to the other side, I change the position of the hands. Remember, you're holding a ball, so it's important that the ball be held on both sides the entire time. This is not holding a ball. This is not holding a ball. Holding the ball is palms to palm, hip and shoulder level. If this is too much effort for your shoulder, you can make a smaller ball, no problem. The key is to have those palms facing each other, side to side. We're going to coordinate the movement of the ball with the weight shifting. When your weight shifts to one side, that hand on that side is on top. When your weight shifts to the other side, the hand on that side is on top. You can do this after the weight shifts. Or you can do it as you're shifting your weight with a smooth transition. The key is to keep your attention on where your weight is and where your hands are positioned so that you can make sure you hold onto your ball. There are three stances that we're going to use. The first is a natural stance with your feet about shoulder width apart, and your weight balanced between them. The second stance is a front stance, one foot in front of the other, about shoulder distance apart, weights more on the front foot than the back. That's why it's called a front stance. Both feet stay flat on the floor when you do the front stance. Just more weights on the front than the back. You should feel the difference in where your weight is. Cat stance, all the weight, most of the weight is on the back foot. You can touch that toe to the front. You can touch the heel to the front. But basically 95% of your weight is on the back leg. Right? It's easier for most people to hold it with the toe on the floor. Shifting to the other side. Toe touch. You notice my foot is a little closer on the cat stance. Heel touch. Stepping back and centering my weight. When you practice Tai Chi or slow walking, you should try to make sure that you recognize when your weight is in the center position. So anytime we step into a front stance, I shift my weight forward. When I shift my weight back and step in, I want to end up in that centered weight position. Both my feet have about the same amount of weight on them. When I shift to the other side and step into that front stance, right, more of my weight is in the front. Shift back, step back, and center my weight. I'm going to do some walking side to side. I'm going to shift my weight onto my right side, releasing my left heel, step out with the left toe, touch, settle the foot on the floor. There's no weight over there yet. I'm going to shift my weight to the left, releasing my right heel, step in with the toe, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift, release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift to the center, center the weight. Now I'm going to shift my weight over to the left, releasing my right heel and step in, and step out to the right. Settle the foot, shift, and release. Step in, settle, shift, and release, step out, settle, shift, and release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out to a natural sit, settle the foot, and center the weight. Walking forward, it's the same concept. We're going to make sure that we always touch first, settle the foot, and then shift weight onto it. So I'm going to shift my weight onto my right foot, releasing my left heel. Notice my right knee is bent. I'm going to touch my left heel, settle my foot. There's no weight there. I can lift it without changing my weight onto this foot. Now, shifting my weight forward, all the way forward, releasing the heel. Heel comes forward and touch, settle, shift, release, touch, settle, shift, and release, touch, settle, shift, release, touch, settle, shift forward. Now when stepping back, always step with the toe first. Shift back, release, toe touch, settle, shift, 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 release, step back, and center your weight. Practicing Tai Chi walking or slow walking like that with deliberate weight transitions will help your balance. The slower you're able to go, the more it will help your balance. If you want to use the wall to help your balance, that's perfectly fine. It gives you more confidence, helps you prevent you from having a fall. That's perfectly a good idea. It's all about using the slow motion to build the strength in the muscles so that we don't have a fall. Right? So now let's use the slow walking forward and back along with the Tai Chi ball. Shift weight onto the right. Right hand comes to the right shoulder, left hand comes to the hip, holding the ball on the right side. Releasing the left heel, heel touch, settle, shift forward. Now the weight's more in front than the back. I'm going to roll the ball over. Left hand on top, right hand at the hip. Release the right heel. Now heel touch, settle, shift, roll the ball over. Release the heel, Stepping forward, touch, settle, shift, roll the ball, release the heel, heel touch, settle, shift forward, roll the ball over, release, step in, and center the weight, releasing the ball. Now shift the weight onto the left, releasing the right. Left Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Right toe goes back, touch, settle, shift, release, roll the ball over, I forgot. Left toe back, touch, settle, shift, roll the ball, release, toe touch, settle, shift, roll the ball, release, toe touch, settle, shift, roll the ball, release, one more step back, touch, settle, shift, roll the ball, step back with the other toe, and center the weight, release the ball. The next work we're going to do is a little more work on the balance progression. We're going to use a Tai Chi form called brush knee. We want to hold the ball on the right side, releasing the left heel. I'm going to touch the heel of the left foot, settle the foot. Now shift the weight onto that side and turn that left palm down, sweeping it around the left knee as we bring our right hand out. Let's go through that again. Weights on the right, holding the ball on the right side. Heel touch with the left, settle the foot, left palm down towards the floor, and then sweep around that left knee, stretching that right palm over the left knee. Step back, holding the ball on the right, left heel touch, settle the foot. Now shift the weight onto the left. Left palm sweeps around, right palm over the left knee. Holding the ball on the right. Sink, heel touch, settle, left palm down. Shift into that front stance. Left palm sweeps around, right palm forward. Now shift all the weight onto the left foot, releasing the right heel. Shift back, hold the ball. Shift forward, sweep, and stretch the right palm forward. Now all the way forward, releasing the right heel. And shift back. One more time, holding the ball on the right. Shift the weight onto the left, sweeping the left palm around, right palm outward. All the weight on the left foot, releasing the right heel. And shift back, hold the ball. Shift forward, sweep, palm out, shift all the way forward. Now raise the toe and touch, raise and touch. One more time. Raise and touch, settle your heel, shift back onto the right and hold the ball, releasing the front foot, step in and center your weight. Now, same thing other side. Shift your weight onto the left side. Hold the ball on the left, right toe just touches. We're going to step out to the corner with the right heel. Turn the right palm downward and shifting the weight toward that front toe, and right palm sweeps around, left palm comes out over the knee. Shifting back, step in and hold the ball. Sink, heel touch, settle the foot, turn the right palm downward facing the floor, shift over that leg, palm comes around, and the other hand, palm outward. Shift back and hold the ball. One more time. Right heel touch, right palm down. Right palm sweeps around the knee, left palm comes out in front. Shift back and hold the ball. Now, heel heel touch, palm down, settle the foot, shift forward, brush knee. Now shift all the way forward, releasing the back heel. Bring that back heel back down, shift back, hold the ball. Shift forward, brush knee, palm out. Shift all the way forward, releasing the back heel. Shift back, hold the ball. One more time, shift forward, brush knee, releasing, and shift back, hold the ball. This time shift forward, brush knee, release. Now raise the toe and touch. Raise and lower, raise, touch, settle the foot, shift back, hold the ball on the left, step in with the right toe, center the weight, and release the ball. One more exercise. We're going to do wave hands like clouds. This is an exercise that allows you to exercise your vision as well as your concentration on your slow stepping and your weight shift. So I'm going to shift my weight onto the right. I'm going to hold the ball on the right side with my right hand at my shoulder, my left hand at my hip. Releasing the left heel. Now I'm going to bring my left hand up and look at it. I'm going to keep looking at the left. I'm going to step out with my left toe, settle my foot. As I shift my weight to the left, I'm going to watch my palm come over to the left, releasing the right heel. Step in with the right toe, change hands. I'm going to shift my weight onto the right, watching my right hand come around, releasing the left heel. Step out with the left toe, change hands. Settle, shift, watching the palm, release the heel. Step in with the toe, change hands. Shift my weight, watching the palm, release the heel, step out with the toe, settle the foot, change hands. Shift my weight one more time, releasing the toe, heel, step in with the toe, and look back to the front and make a Tai Chi ball. My weight's on my left Tai Chi ball. Left hand at my shoulder, right hand at my hip. Now, look at my right hand beside my face, touch the right toe to the side, settle the foot, shift over to the right, watching the hand come around, releasing the left heel, step in with the left toe, change hands. Shift weight onto the left side, watching the palm come around to the left, release the right heel, step out with the right toe, change hands, settle, shift the weight, release, step in, change hands, settle, shift the weight over, release, step out, change hands, settle, shift the weight over, releasing the heel, step in with the toe, look to the front, and hold the ball. This time we're going to do that. Make it a little smoother. Bring the left hand up, touch, settle, shift, release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift, release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift, release, step in and hold the ball. Other way. Touch, settle, shift, release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift, release, step in, settle, shift, release, step out, settle, shift, release, step in, and hold the ball. You can practice wave hands like clouds, seated. It's an exercise when you're seated. You can add another dimension to it, which is really working your vision and the muscles of your eyes. So we were just looking at the palm the entire time, changing palms when we got to the side, but always keeping our focus on the palm. That's the exercise when we're standing. When we're sitting, we should be more stable, hopefully. So when we're sitting, when the palm comes to the side, we're going to come around to the opposite side, glancing at the palm the entire way. When you get to the side, look up at the corner of your ceiling. Then change your hand, look back at the new palm, and as it comes to the side, look up at the corner of your ceiling and change sides. Looking at the palm as you shift your arm to the side, look up, bring your other hand up, look at the palm. As it comes around, look up, change sides. Looking at the palm as it comes around, looking up at the corner of the room, change sides, looking at the palm, look up at the side, and settle. One more dimension to add to this exercise as we're seated, and that is the breath. As we bring the hand up to the side, I'm going to inhale as my palm comes across and I'm looking at my palm. I'm going to exhale as I look up to the corner of the room and change hands. Look at my palm, I inhale to the other side. I'm going to look up as I exhale and change hands. Inhale, looking at the palm. Exhale, looking at the corner of the ceiling. Inhale, look at the palm. And exhale, look up at the corner of the ceiling. When you practice this exercise with your breath, you should first define what is your breath. My current tempo might be too slow for you. Your breath might be faster than that, or it might be too fast for you. You might feel like you're having to work too hard to breathe and keep up with me. You should decide, you should sit quietly for a moment and just feel your breath, and then begin the hand movements with your breath. It's hard to keep with the breath as opposed to defining the breath by the hand movements. So do it at your pace, and it should be a fairly relaxing exercise. Looking close and looking far out of the corner of your eye toward the corner of the room and the ceiling, that actually exercises your ability to focus your eyes, as well as the muscles around the eyes to get the direction. So it's a good exercise for your eyes as well as for just your coordination. Well, let's end with some cool down exercises. I suggest some Tai Chi walking, the slow walking forward and back, side to side, the warm-up exercises, especially with the toe tapping, and then a few cool down exercises, just let your muscles know that you haven't forgotten that we worked with them. So we're going to sit on the edge of the chair, right? Nice stable chair, and just shift forward, hinging from the hips, and allowing your hands to roll down the front of your legs. You should feel a nice stretch on the backs of your legs. Maybe even if you really have your toes pointed up, you might even feel that stretch all the way to the bottom of the feet. And then sit back up again. One more time. Hinging forward. Stretching the backs of those legs. And come back up. Bring in those feet and again, up. Really stretching up. If you have a shoulder issue, think of stretching up by extending the spine upward. Other side, really stretch up. And again, stretch up by extending the spine upward. Try to make yourself as tall as possible. Right? Standing, reaching up, reaching behind, grasping the palms together, pushing down, and inhale, pushing the chest upward. And exhale, bring the palms forward and pushing outward, rounding your back. And inhale, pushing downward, raise your chest. And exhale, palms forward, pushing out. Both feet flat on the floor. One foot is in front, one is behind. Right? Your weight is centered between them. And lift that arm, the leg is in the back. Really stretch upward. If you're tight in the hip flexors, this is a good stretch to loosen that hip flexor a little bit. Hip flexor is the one that's right down here in front. Step back with that other foot, both feet flat on the floor, reaching straight up with the arm on the side of the foot that's behind. Really getting a nice stretch. And release that side. Then hinging from the hips. Nice flat back. Only go where you can. Really feeling a nice stretch in the back. And up. Inhale.